Yeah, yeah.
Kirti Paral, just doing a time check. We are a minute away. Are we ready to go?
Yes, sir. Should I start playing the video?
Yes.
Sure.
So should we start the session?
Shall I start share my screen?
Just a minute, ma'am. So it's actually like Dr. Hemang sir will introduce you and also give a brief presentation, and then you can take over.
Yeah. So Kirti, we are
So
live.
over to you. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Hi everyone. Happy good afternoon to all of you. So thank you all for joining for another webinar on L2 Pro. And today's topic is very interesting. It's a question that, in working with many startups, they are a lot of times confused by what goes on when it comes to prior art search. And today's session is an attempt to demystify it, to tell you what actually goes on behind the scenes and why it's an important activity of your patenting process. By the way, searches are also done for trademarks. We can probably touch that at a high level, but the goal is to tell you what goes on, especially when it comes to prior art search for patents. I am Hemang Shah. I work for Qualcomm, and I'm also the co-chair of the National IPR Council at ASSOCHAM. And today's webinar is being brought by the L2 Pro India team. I have my colleague Anirban also on the bridge, and we have our speaker today, Sushmita. Before I introduce Sushmita, I just thought I'll let you know what L2 Pro is and how it came about in existence. So we've been running startup incubation programs since 2016. If you look at the total of number of startups that we have worked with, either through mentorship or incubation, that number is close to 100 plus startups right now. And these startups have collectively filed for 350 plus patents of their own. Now, in working with these startups, if I look at when we started the program, the IP awareness was quite low. And these are, broadly speaking, high-tech startups. And when we worked with them, we realized that, there were a lot of times they had misconceptions around the different aspects of how IP rights work. They had their own beliefs about patents, and some of those were inaccurate. Also, when we would try to find these startups, you look at incubators and e-cells, spread across the country. And the IPR awareness over there, would vary all over the place. So we work with the DPIIT and NLU Delhi and shared our observations with regards to what has worked in getting these startups in filing so many patents. And so that led to the launch of this program called L2 Pro India. So if you give me a chance, I'll just speak for a few minutes on this particular topic. Now, this program is based on the requirement of startups. So the entire course has been written keeping startup founders and keeping startup CTOs in mind. Now, to me, these are folks who are not going to be full-time IP professionals. I mean, they could choose to become, but but their day-to-day, their core responsibilities is working on that startup, building that product. But we want them to reach at such a level that they can notice innovative opportunities around themselves, and at that point of time, they can reach out to the IP firm, an agent, or even a council that they are working with. This program is brought to you by DPIIT, CIPAM, NLU Delhi and Qualcomm. It's spread across a variety of modules, but the chief goal for this program is to help you understand how to protect your innovations with patents, how copyrights work, trademarks work, how essentially you can get value from your R&D efforts. Because as innovators, you also need to bring these to market, so that's the best way to commercialize it. The course is split across 3 modules: basic, intermediate, and advanced. In my opinion, everyone should go through the basic module, and then depending on your further interest, you dig into the different topics in the intermediate and the advanced level. As an example, today's topic is on searching, so this is a part of our intermediate module. Now, at the end of every module, there is an assessment, and the assessment is based on a case study as well as factual questions. And the case study goes something like this for the basic model: that there's a startup which is working on a particular product. It's going to make certain technological developments. It's planning to launch that product in a variety of countries. So after you read that entire case study, you'll be asked questions that what will you do in such a situation? How will you go after, let's say, protecting the different IP rights? Again, the idea is to make you a practitioner. This entire course material, by the way, can be accessed on the web. I noticed my colleague Anirban has pasted the link to this program. You can also download it on your phone, whichever device that you're using. It's completely free to use. We kept this interactive, right? It's not meant to, uh, it's meant to be like a reference material that is fun for you to look at. And we have even added resources. For example, the Indian IP office enables you to get access to patent facilitators or trademark facilitators who will work on your corresponding IP right at no cost to you. So that entire list can be found here. There are pop-up quizzes, pop-up questions which come up. Every course has a 2-minute intro video and a 2-minute summary video. So even if you don't go through the entire lesson, even if you allocate these couple of minutes each for the intro and summary video, you will have covered the most important parts of that lesson. If you pass the assessment successfully, you can get this certificate on the spot, again at no charge to you, and the certificate is provided to you by DPIIT, by CIPAM, Qualcomm, and NLU Delhi. I won't play this video. You already saw the intro video that Kirti just played for you all. So this is L2 Pro. Please start learning today. Just head over to the website. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's topic, which is how IP searches work. Now, I request whoever is unmute, please, mute yourself. Thank you. Our speaker today is Ms. Sushmita Samanta. She's a senior associate at LexOrbis. Sushmita is a legal practitioner in the IP rights domain. She has a rich experience in patents and designs related work, and her expertise has been particularly demonstrated in preparing foreign responses for the US and Indian jurisdictions, drafting patent applications, drafting appeals at IPABs, representing clients during oral hearings, and opposition matters before the Indian Patent Office. She has filed patents in fields including embedded systems, software, artificial intelligence, neural network, wireless communication technologies, semiconductors, and electronics. Before this meeting began, we were having a conversation, and she mentioned that she loves to work with inventors because she likes to understand their pain points, and that helps her draft strong patent applications. So she enjoys working with inventors, especially during the ideation stage. She's registered at a patent facilitator at the Indian Patent Office. She also conducts various searches such as patentability search, the search opinions, and the likes. She has been a woman scientist under category C and has also served as an assistant professor at various institutes. She also holds industrial experience working as an embedded developer for 2 years. And she believes in living life based on the Ikigai Japanese life living purpose. Sushmita, very diverse domain, very diverse experience. Very glad to have you over. Thanks so much for joining, and over to you.
Thank you so much for providing this opportunity. It's a wonderful evening, and being with you all, it's my pleasure to whatever the knowledge I have taken from this years in this IP domain, I can help people to make their invention successful and make money out of it and license it and let the India grow out of it. So that is my motto of having chosen this field beside being a professor. So today's topic is very interesting, and it's maybe people are more focused in the patent grant process. So whenever I talk with the inventors, they always look for, ma'am, when this patent will be granted, how this will it be granted. But the question arises that when you look for a patent grant, the important thing is that the one should acknowledge, one should understand, is that patent is worth. Okay, so if you know, recently there has been many infringement cases that has been arises because of the goof up that has been made by the startups. So if you know, the Flipkart has been sued by 2 companies and they have been fined very heavily because of the trademarks and copyrights issues. Then recently the Make My Trip has also done it, has sued 5 local startup companies for using their logos and services. So similarly, since the India is like growing, and because of this Atmanirbhar process that government has taken up, the startups has been grown a lot. Like the SMEs are coming forward with their inventions. They want to have a product in the market. They want to make a money out of it. But in that path, the inventors, the startups, or the SMEs are actually not looking around the after effects if they are not going through a proper prior art search. Okay, so it's not actually only about the prior art search. It's actually important to understand the repercussion if you are infringing any of the project of any of the third party. So there are many legal prosecution, legal process will go on, huge litigation fees they have to pay. So all these process can be avoided if the startups or the SMEs can look into the details right from the beginning, right from the incubation part. Further, this is also help in like to see the market, what they are actually targeting. Okay, so this program has to be like prior art search has to be deals with not only look into the prior art to get a patent grant, but inventors has to look into the other aspects of the benefits of this prior art search. So to begin with, let me first share my screen. And please let me know when it will be visible to you.
Yeah.
Right. So as we have all know that patents has been so important because of the rising SMEs, number of SMEs and startup. They provide legal protection for the IP. They attract the potential buyer. They have the one second. So they have SMEs, they can license their invention. They offer competitive advantage for granting exclusive rights to their invention, preventing others to using their invention, enhance their value for the company. They can also generate an additional revenue. They can also create a barrier so that their invention, their important invention, cannot be used by any other potential, any other third party. And they also make a unique point, like, they also make a brand out of it. having a patent, having a patented product selling into the market, it's like creating a brand for them. So that actually attracts lots of investors to invest in their products, because having a patent gives trust that this is a novel product. This must have a unique technology incubated in it, and hence it's look very appealing for the investors to invest on such kind of items, right? So it provides a lot of growth opportunities. Now, before going this, as our topic is there, I cannot move it. Yeah, sorry. So now I was just explaining about the prior art search. So it's very important. So there are various phases of the prior art search, and we have to understand what is the importance of the prior art search. Now, the first point, when the invention gets started, right? When the invention gets started, the first point, the inventor has to look about the assessment of its novelty. Is that invention is patentable or not? And before investing there, lots of time and resources. Okay. Now, when the idea is being incubated by these startups, and they look for the patent to get granted, the important aspect that patent office looks is the novelty and inventiveness of the invention. So what is this novelty? So the novelty is basically the uniqueness of your invention. Maybe the steps that you are incorporating, the techniques that you're incorporating, or the design that you're making, or if there are people from the trademarks, the other things can be has to be novel. That means that that should not be there in any of the Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So it's very important to access the novelty of the invention, and besides there
Kindly mute
another.
yourself. Participants, I would be grateful if you can mute yourself. Thank you so much. Yeah, sorry, Sushmita, please continue.
Yes. So beside the novelty, there is another factor is the patent, that is it the invention is patentable or not. For example, in India, we have a section called as 3K. Since I deal with the patent, so I will be giving you more examples from the electronics and the software domain, and please apologize me for that. So if you see, and it will benefit for the other who belongs to this category. So if you see the patentability issue, there is a huge issue in India. So there is a called as, we have a section 3 where there is a list of items that is given in the Patent Act, and it prohibits the software invention. Now, what a startup will do in that case? Because if you see, okay, let's consider a case of a startup has want to make a application software, and it wants to make such kind of application where the business transaction, they are implementing such kind of technique where the business transaction is very in an encrypted manner, it's very secure, and they want to patent this idea. But at the prima facie, when we see, it's look like a business method, so it's not patentable. So for that, and the second, this is the patentability search. And secondly, the novelty and inventiveness also plays an important role. So in that, the prior art search plays an important factor when how that you want to understand, is there this idea that you want to patent is already available in the public domain. Now, what is the public domain? Anything which is available publicly it's taken as a public domain. For example, even if that matter is present in a YouTube or in any kind of website or any kind of paper, not necessarily only on patents, it can be available in any kind of information which is accessible by the public. In that is the novelty part of it. Now, inventiveness is a separate thing. We will not go for it. First, first of all, we should understand to understand is this idea is patentable. That is more important. For that, the prior art search is required. This is the first requirement. Now secondly, for example, you are confirmed that your invention is it's novel. It has a lot of potential to get a patent. But what is the importance of that patent if you get grant and you cannot target that market? The product that you are getting out of that patent is not giving you that much of value. Or it can also possible when you launch a product, you are infringing some other's product. So in that case, this is also very important to do a search to understand is that your product is capable or to infringing some other party or not. So in that case, the one can avoid a costly litigation process, legal disputes, if they do a search in this direction, so that they cannot get involved into the patent infringement process in the later stages. So it's not only the search is important only to understand the novelty and the inventive aspect of the invention, but it's also very important when your patent is getting granted. So a huge value of money, the R&D resources, the time of the SMEs, it's very important, right? Because I have seen the SMEs are facing lots of financial issues. Even though the government is helping them for with lots of grants, but still in putting a lot of money in litigation process, the legal disputes, it's a huge amount. And if they got caught, a hefty amount of money has to be paid by them. So in order to avoid such kind of situation in the future, it's very important that one should do a prior art search in that direction also. Okay. Now, second is that, now, let's say you understand that, yes, your invention is very much good. It has a potential. It's not infringing any third party. Now, what is the use of that invention if you are not able to get money out of it? So what you want to do? You want to actually understand the market. Okay, so you want to understand the market, or you want to understand which region. For example, let's say you are creating a very nice phone. So if you see, India is a huge population, and India is a target for lots of cellular phone users. So this is India is a very potential market for the wireless devices. So in that way, the SMEs or the small companies can understand where they want to go, where they want to market their product to get the benefit out of their patented invention, right? For that also, searches can be created, can be done. Okay, so you want to understand, you should understand what is the protection, what is the value out of you are getting. Are you infringing the other potential third party? So these are all things collaboratively will give you a very good value to the company and enhances the IP assets of the company. So these are the various type of searches, that is basic searches that is performed. So first is competitor word search. Then there is this landscape study with white space analysis, knockout search, patentability search, infringement search, freedom to operate search, and invalidation search. We will see all of these one by one. And if you have any questions in between, you are just free to ask me. So for doing searches, there are various databases which are available. I have highlighted some of the few important databases since it has been told that many of us are from the universities. So the people from the university would be knowing that Google Scholar, Google Books, these are some of the freely available databases where where you can search there, where the people do the literature searches for the paper they want to publish. So you can see there are various like free databases which is available, where you can do search for your invention, for your ideas, so that you understand whether it is novel or not. And it also gives you an idea when you do search. It also gives you an idea, like if it is available, you can tweak the invention always. Like, you know that this invention is doing this, this document is also teaching the same way. So by doing the prior art search in a timely manner will help you to tweak your invention and draft the patent application in that way. So that is the beauty of this search, and many people actually don't give it much value. But being a professional, it's very important to at least do a minimal primary search at your end, and do the needful, right? So these are the non-patent databases which is available. Then these are the patent databases. So it is always advisable to do search for all. As I have already explained you, the novelty can be killed by any of the document, any of the information which is available in the public domain. So it's very important to do searches in all kind of domains. So during search, we usually take care of the non-literature search searches. Then we take care of the patent databases, and there are various very nice patent databases. Those are freely available. That is like eSpaceNet, Google Patents, then WIPO Patent Scope. Then for national databases, we can use IP India, USPTO, then EPO, and these are the search which these are the tools which is available. These are the professional patent databases. These are paid one. Usually the professional patent searchers use this tools, that is Derwent Innovation and Orbit are the most popular one among this. Okay, so we will take one demo on the Google patents in the later stage. So how to do a search? So now you must be thinking one should have a patent professional for it. That is true. You should have, if your search is like very exhaustive, like if you are looking for a market or licensing or for the infringement purposes, or you want to infringe any third party, you should definitely take help of the professional for it. But being an inventor in the incubation stage, when your invention is incubating and you want to do just patentability search, novelty search. So in that case, that part, or to begin with your idea, it's very important that these kind of search, you can do it in your own, at your end, with the help of these freely available databases. Right now, like from the people from the what can I say, science background must be knowing the Boolean operators which is there, right? So we have a Boolean operator like and, or, not. So these are the very basic Boolean operators which are used as a keyword when you perform the searches, right? So consider, and there has to be when you, okay, now let's consider a case when an invention comes to you. So you make a small write-up, right? You make a small write-up, and then based on that, you create an important features out of it. Okay, those important features will have some important keywords. Okay, those important keywords will be used as a keyword for searching the prior art, for doing the prior art search or the novelty search. So same thing, in the similar manner, those important keywords can be used to grab the information about the inventors, about the white space analysis. For example, let's say you want to understand what is going on in the latest communication technology, or what is going on in the latest, let's say, how the Bluetooth has evolved in the recent cases, how much patents, how much invention has been done in this field, so that you can identify that the inventor, the company can focus on that kind of products, or in that field they can do their R&D work, right? So the keyword based search is one of the method it's used. Then another type of search is the applicant or patentee search or licensee assignee search. So applicant is nothing but, for example, let's say usually it's a company, and assignee can be where the company has licensed. Let's say Qualcomm has licensed their application to some other third party, so that those become the licensee. So those kind of searches is also very important to understand the market, who is giving the license to whom, or where is the invention is going, what is the profit you are getting out of it, is there is any market. So those kind of search is very useful. Now then, date criteria search. Now when you want to do the novelty search or the prior art search, date is also plays a very important factor. Okay, so and also during the freedom to operate search, for example, let's say there is a very old technology which has been developed quite a long back, and you want to do something enhancement in that technology, right? So in that the patent might have been filed in that technology long back. Okay, so as you know, all the patents have a life cycle of 20 years. So after 20 years, it is available for the public for its use. Okay, so in that way, one can look into by doing this freedom to operate search to those kind of invention, and to work on that invention to enhance that kind of technology by working on it. Right. So in that cases, the date criteria is also very important. Now, if you see the patent examiners, the any other party, they also take this criteria, that is great date criteria, to find out the prior art, right? So as you know, your application is filed and the date of priority is very important. So anything if the similar invention, if the idea that you have filed is also available prior to that, then it will be a problem. It will be cited and the examiner will give you the objection out of it. So it's very important to do the prior art search for it. So in that, the date is also playing a very important role. So you can limit your search or giving to understand what kind of patents is coming between those students. Let's say within 10 years or 15 years or 5 years, like this, you can do the search criteria. Now, there is another very important patent classification that maybe many of you know, that is IPC and CPC classification. So as you know, invention is available like in science, in chemistry, in metallurgy. Then in science, there are also various domains. For example, let's say electronics, semiconductor electronics, and there are various kind of categories are available. So IPC is actually the International Patent Classification Code, and the CPC is the Corporation Patent Classification Code. Okay, so this IPC is governed by the WIPO, and the CPC classification rules are governed by the US and the EP. Okay, now if you see the Google patents, they actually monitored under the CPC. So usually the paid databases, they take care of IPC and the CPC. So that's why for exhaustive search, people look for the searching which is conducted over the this one paid databases, because they take care of the classification which is governed by the international IPC and the CPC both. However, in Google, you will find out the patents databases which is connected with the US and the EP. So maybe, but I have never faced a problem. The Google patents is also work very well in the initial stages when the inventors want to incubate, want to understand the patentability, want to during the ideation stage or during the drafting stage, they can incubate, they can articulate their invention in a proper manner by doing just small searches in the Google patent. Right. So next is that there is a citation search, like you want to understand what are all the citations are there. Then jurisdiction based search, for example, you want to understand you want to know the market. So you will do the jurisdiction based search like EP, US, Japan, or something like that. Okay. Now I'll move to the next part. Yeah. Now this here I have taken one example case. Yeah.
Yeah, there are some questions. Would you
Yes.
just like to answer it? It may just, so one of the questions is how to access patent databases, any links? Any links, how to access patent databases,
Okay,
any
okay.
links?
Yeah. Can I share my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So if you open the Google, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Yes. If you open the Google patent, so this is a Google patent, patents Google.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the link.
Okay.
So this is the Google patent. I think I can keep it open, but I do not know whether I can switch the two of the screens in between. So if you see, I think I can demonstrate. I was thinking to doing this in the later part.
Sure.
Yeah,
No worries. You can continue with the presentation. One more question
no
I thought if you address is professional patent databases subscription based? If so, what are the charges? Is it advisable to use these professional databases?
Yes. See, it is very important. As I have told, the professional database are very important when you want to do an exhaustive search, and there is lots of money and other thing are involved, and everything is on the stake. So it is always advisable to go for the paid databases to do the search and take help of the professional. And being an individual or even an SME, having a subscription of paid database, it's little bit costlier affair. So I think in better way, if you can afford it, therefore definitely it is very good for your institution, so that you can continue doing the research and development work on it. I think the cost is around 3 to 4 lakhs around it. So depends on the financial thing, they can afford it. Else you can always go for a professional, and they will help you out to do the search for the invention that you're having.
Thanks so much. Please continue with your presentation. I just thought that it would be nice to have some questions.
Sure. Okay, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah, so here I have taken one small example of like how to prepare a keyword key feature of it. Okay, so I have already explained like a lot of like beneficiaries of beneficial of other kind of searches. So the main focus is to make people learn how the search conducted, like how do they can proceed with the searches. Okay, so here if you see, there is a method of see, this is, I have not disclosed the invention. Let's say this invention is actually about the method of blocking and unblocking calls of an undesirable caller in a multi device environment. So this key feature, like the key feature will be like it will become a claim part of the invention. Okay, and you want to know whether this is a patentable matter. You want to do a novelty search, patentability search, and you want to understand, is there any prior art based out of the same feature that is available. Okay, so in this way, if you see, the key features is being prepared. This is the basic steps that that taken care by any kind of professional searchers. So first they prepare, they understand the invention, and they get the crux out of it, basically the steps out of it, and write the steps. So in that steps, what you have to include the key features. For example, here the patent is all the application, the idea is about the blocking and unblocking calls. Then for the caller, then there is a receiving a message from a caller, then there is an adding a caller into the block list, then there is a sharing, then there is some other method where the block list has been shared to other devices, then removing the caller, then sharing again the block list. So in this way, in this way you can create a key feature of the invention. And then by these keywords, you can write down these keywords like this and find out the synonyms out of it. For example, synonyms, because when you see, if you say you are a mobile device, okay, now in a patent application, the mobile device can be written as a wireless device. The mobile device can be written as a user equipment. The mobile device can be written as a smartphone. So these are the all synonyms which is there inside the patent application. So for that, if you are fetching out a keyword out of it, the synonyms, the depicting the synonyms is also very important. So in that way, you have to prepare like a key, for example, for the block. So you can, now the block has various meaning, but you have to understand the meaning of a block in context of the invention that you want to do the search, right? So here the block is like ignore, stop, or obstruct. And then you can make a string out of it like this. So here, or you can say either block or either ignore, right? Either stop or either obstruct. So these are the very basic Boolean operators that you can use. And this star operator, these are all the operators where you can use during your searches. Now, these operators are actually different for different databases. Okay, so how to do that now? How to understand this? See, this or and nor. These are the very basic operator. Almost in all the patent tools, it works. Okay, but when you this star, in some device tools, this star doesn't work. In some, that this question marks doesn't work. So how to understand it? You can always, there is always a search button, and they have a beautiful guide. Whatever the patent you will patent tool you will use for searching, and you can go through it, and you can use those kind of keywords. Okay, so in this way, for the previous example, the keywords has been sorted out, and the synonyms, the possible synonyms which can be comes into your mind in the context of your invention can be used in your strings. So this we call it as a keyword strings. Okay, so these are a little bit high level, like for example, let's say this star is like receiving, like I know it can, in the application it can be spelling is like RECEIVING, so I do not know, or it can be like received, or it can be just simply a receive. So that the star denotes that the first these words are same, and the later part can be anything. Okay, and then if you see this question mark, so it's like having a estimation or probability of replacing any other, like stop can be written in the patent application as stop, STOPPED, okay, or stops, STOPS, like this. Okay, so it can be any word. So in this way, you can create a string. Further, you can also restrict with the help of these braces. This, I think we all have learned in the mathematics during our basic mathematics, 10th and 12th mathematics, how this brackets and operator works. So using the same logic, you can use it. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So if you see, I have prepared a small sample string for the case that has been disclosed in the previous slide. That is block list, call message, message, sending. So these are all the synonyms which I have used, and all the other, like I want to look into the patent where where these words appears. Like it has to be block list, there has to be call message, there has to be blocking. Here inside I have not given any operator because this string has been prepared for the Derwent DI tool. But when we will see the demo, I will change the strings. Okay, but the results, let's see how the results we will get. Okay, so basically the main when you go for search, it will be like from broad to narrow. So initially you can create take keywords like let's say broad list. Let's say you want to search in this application, like all the application which is coming under like block list or the call message. Okay, then you can again narrow down the search by increasing the string and by using the operators like and, so that the case, like the condition is like the both condition has to be true. Like that's why then only you will that patent application will appear in the searching. Okay, so that is how we can narrow down the search here. So if you see the search string, it is always like interlinked with each other. And it's always said that it's not in rule that you have to create a string like this. It's like a hit and trial kind of thing. But yes, you should have like some kind of technicality to understand the invention and to understand the synonyms out of it, and a little bit of knowledge about the operators, right? So in that way you can always go do a it's a good strategy to do that kind of search. Okay, we will see it. So that is what I was showing it. If you see the UI user interface that I have shown in the live, this is how the Google patents look like. So if you click this, if you rover your mouse in this, it will give you the it will include a patent. It will include a patent, non-patent literature like this. Okay, so I think the time is little bit this one. So let me just give you quickly a demo out of it, how this Google patent work. And we'll, yeah. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible to you. So I have taken example only for the Google patents because it's freely available, and I usually do the searches mostly in Google patent for understanding the invention. So if you see, I'm rovering my this one mouse over it. It will include all the patent. It will include all the literature, and it will include display device. So let's go for the advanced kind of search. Okay, now if you see here, you can write your search string here. If you see here, there is a date that I have, so from and to. So you can limit your search from based on the date here. You can always go for inventors. For example, let's say many companies want to know what this inventor is actually inventing, right? So they target those kind of inventors and hire them. So it is like that. Okay, then you can also do an assignee search. And then if you want to do a patent office, for example, let's say you want to only search for US database, what is the patent available only in US? So you can choose this kind of option and do the search. Okay, so and here I was saying this is the search item. This is, if you open it here, you can read it. You can get all the information about the search or about the operators that is available in the Google patent. Okay, so in similar way, such kind of helpful information is available for all kind of patent tools. So you can go for it and understand and read it so that basically we need to understand how the operator works in that tool. Okay, so here let's say I will write TI. So TI means here is title equal to, I will search only in the title where I have a block call. Let's see what it gives. Or message. And enter. Okay, now if you see here, I have given the search string as TI stands for title. So I'm only searching. It will give me the patent to look into the title. So most of the time when you go for a patentability search or the software, or the novelty search, you can look into the title, you can look into the abstract and the claim one. And by doing this, you understand what is this invention is all about, what is this talking about, and you can find out the searches. Like, so if you see here, the results are more than like 1 lakh. Okay, so you can always like restrict the electronic device. Restrict the search by narrow downing your string. Still it's giving this one. Let's keep a block. Now you can see here, yeah, you can see here the result has been narrowed down. Okay, 1048. Okay, so in that way you can do the search. So I will switch to the other part so that I can discuss the other important aspects of the search. If you have any problem, you can just write to me. I will revert you over the email. So I'm skipping this. So I have shown you this are the priority, filing, publications. This I have also shown you. You can understand the what a helpful device, a helpful document where you can read and find out the keywords that has been used. These are the various user interfaces. This is the eSpaceNet, that is US EP database. So you can all, if you don't if you don't have a link, you can directly write a thing in the Google. It will give you the proper link for the eSpaceNet or the WIPO or the USPTO. Okay, so this is our Indian patent site where also you can search. Here there is one problem. I find that you have only two operators, and or. So, and every time you have to write a CAPTCHA to understand it. So I prefer mostly Google patents. So let's go for the other type of search that is also very important. Yeah. Now next is the competitor watch search. If you see here. Now this competitor watch search is like where you want to keep a track of your competitor. Like now your patent is granted and you want to sue them, you want to infringe them, or you want to have a watch on them. So these kind of searches is very important to expand your growth, to make a money out of it. This is mostly related to the business kind of thing where you want to understand how your competitor is working, what is their status. Okay, so yeah. Now here, this is very important for the basically for the SMEs and the startups. This is the patent landscape, including white space research analysis. So as I have told you, the white space research analysis is basically that kind of analysis where you want to understand in which field the invention or technology, there is no other invention or patent has been done. So in that doing that kind of search, you can always direct your R&D work in that direction, so that you can file more patent in that domain, and you can grab the monopoly in the market, and also you can get a license out of it, right? So nobody has worked, let's say nobody has worked yet till now in some kind of radio technology, and you are working on it. So that you can also always put your money in that kind of field in the R&D, and you can do the very good business out of it. So this prior art, this search, though our discussion is about the prior art search, but I would also focus about the infringement part and the how to monetize your business by using this searching tools or search things we are available. Okay, so this patent landscape is one of the very important, which is very should be adapted by the SMEs and the startups to understand the potential areas of the R&D. Now, this knockout search is very basic search. Before the patentability search, there is a knockout search where you just want to understand the quality of the invention and want to find out whether, like, novelty, basically novelty search. We don't look into the inventive aspect of it, and it's very a quick search. Just quickly refining, understanding what is going on, what can be the probable prior arts which can be come into the patent office when you are filing a patent. So this is very basic kind of search, knockout search when we say. Then the patentability search that I have already explained to you. So the patentability search is nothing but the prior art search. So anything which is in the public domain is can kill your invention, can kill the efforts and the money that you have put it in. So it will be very difficult to get a patent out of it, because the patent office itself will cite your prior art when you file a patent. Okay, so it's very important when you start an invention to understand whether your invention is patentable or not. Any prior art is killing your patent. And further, even if it is not killing, it gives you a very good idea how to tweak your invention and direct your invention in some other way. Okay, so many times during the discussion with the inventor, we have discussed about the search report along with the ideation report, and we compare it. Okay, and then we also highlight, and these are the points which is not being covered in the patentability search. So we tell them work on this. Maybe in this way, if you tweak your invention, then it can be a patentable subject matter, or the patent can be granted in the future. So that has been proved very successful in that way also. So I would recommend every invention must go through at least this patentability search. Now there is an infringement search. This is always comes under the litigation part, when you want to understand the potential infringer of your technology. So this is the regular search most of the companies should perform. Like, for example, SMEs and the startups, since they always work focused on launching their product in the market. So that is good, but they also keep a track out of it. Is your invention or is your patented product is being used by some other third party? Okay, so they also keep doing these kind of infringement searches, so that they can get benefit out of the rights that has been provided because of the patent they are getting granted, right? So now the freedom to operate search. This is a search where you want to understand whether in which jurisdiction you can go launch your product. Is there any litigation? If there is any litigation, what is the cost? It's give you the how freely you can operate on it. And also it also gives you, like, before the launch of the patent, mostly it usually done before the launch of the product, not patent, before the launch of the product, and if that product is infringing some other third party or not. So these kind of searches, freedom to operate searches, is being performed. Now in this freedom to operate search, you can also like find the jurisdictions where your invention is, like, for let's say you have a product, let's say charger, okay, that having a very unique capability of charging capacity. Now that technique that you have patented, and you have a product, is not being protected, let's say in Vietnam. So you will file, you can go for such kind of jurisdiction to launch your product also, because you know that the patent is a territorial rights. It provides a territorial rights. Okay, so this is also a very important thing. So these are the claim charts. So based on your claims that is being coming up, independent claims, the claim chart, claim mapping is being performed to understand how much your product is mapping with somebody else, if it is mapping. So in that way, you can take a proper decision. Then invalidity search. Okay, so this invalidity search mostly come in the infringement like suit process before the court. So let's say two party has been come into the court. Maybe in the recent case, you can say Intex versus Lava, Ericsson versus Lava. So Ericsson has sued many of the things. So in that counterclaim, the other party can counterclaim it and then invalidate the patent. So this invalidate, there is again a huge topic. So in this invalidate, if they show that no, this patent which the patent office has granted is already available in the prior art, so revoke this patent. So this kind of claim, this kind of appeal can be made based on this invalidity type of searches. So the search is not limited to only this, but there are many, it can be customized as per your need and requirements. So, any questions from my side, from your side? Yeah.
Kindly mute yourself. Participants, please mute yourself.
Yeah, madam.
Yes.
Yes.
In what way the SciFinder search is helpful for the player art, madam?
Which kind of search, sir?
SciFinder.
Yeah. CiPaM search.
Yeah.
So you want?
Yeah. In what way that SciFinder search is helping for player art?
Sushmita, he's asking how can SciFinder search be helpful for prior art?
Yeah, it's CiPaM search is always helpful, and I understand that CiPaM search is only for patents. Hello?
Yeah, madam, please. Madam, please. I can hear you.
Sushmita, I believe what they want to know is that SciFinder, like, like there are other databases also, but it's more for peer-reviewed publications when it comes for academic research work. Can that academic research, or if you do searches on SciFinder or portals like that, like Web of Science or others, can that be a substitute for prior art search?
Sorry, I got missed between, I got lost. Yes, right now. So here the SciFinder search, as you know, that it is about the literature search. So in that also it is very important to understand. See, as I have said, every search like SciFinder search gives you the literature about that patent or the ideation that you want to do. So anything, if your invention is available, if your invention is coming out in some literature survey or some journal or in some IEEE paper, let's say, or then also it is a problem. So you can tweak your invention if such invention is coming out, and make your proper decision about the patent.
Thank you, madam.
Any other questions, please? So in the group, I would like to ask how many of you like from the SMEs and the startups, and you have conducted the search at your own.
Please answer the chat box.
Since and I think many of this audience are from the yes, Dr. Ruby. Ruby, your question I can see on the chat, but I cannot.
So Dr. Ruby has set up new startup.
Yeah, I'm already set up.
Very good. Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you, and congratulations to you also for sharing very insightful information. Thank you. God bless.
How can we help you? How can if there is any question, please put to us.
Yes, ma'am. This is all new setup and just change of the technology and which needs to be updated with everyone. And that is what I wanted you to guide us, so that because doing it all in rural areas. So rural areas they know all this, na? So we can share with this knowledge and technology with the rural area
So
people.
even if there is a small, that's why I have focused my discussion around the Google patents, because that is very easily available and internet is widely available all over the India. Even a rural person can access it, and by doing the use of some small Boolean operations, you can always do prior art search at your own in the primary level. But when you go for the product, or when you are putting a lot of money or investment in your product, it is always advisable to take help of a professional. And we have patent facilitators also available, so that they can help you out. And in that, patent office is paying the fees for them. And there are various organizations also like TIFAC, and those help the startup to do these searches also. But at the primary stage, I always recommend to do the search at your level in the prior art. And as many of the databases which are available, like the search said, the sci-fi or the IEEE search, or even if you see the Google patent, the non-literature option is also available. You can search papers out of it. So people think that only one should search on the patents, but it's not like that. You have to search all the information which is available in the public domain, not only restrict your search only to the patents.
Ji ma'am, thank you so much. God bless for very insightful session and eye opener, so that new startups can take help of this technology.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
There is one question. Yeah. Yes.
Vinil Gupta is asking your email ID so that they can send you further questions. If you can type it out.
Sure. For any questions related to patent, you can always ping me on this email ID. I will revert you. So I can see here one more question. Can anyone file a food item related patents for recipes, packaged food aspect? Okay, I think recently there was some case where the recipe is got something. I just read it in a prima facie case. I haven't gone through it, that news. So maybe that this question is coming from that one. So yes, anybody can file a food item related patent. So see, in the patentability, you can, like, if you see the food item related patent, the best I can think as an inventor or as a patent drafter, I can see the inventors can come up how the food can be preserved in a better way without hampering any using any harsh chemicals. Okay, so if you are having such kind of technology, if you are developing such kind of technology where the food item is preserved in a unique way, and the method that you are incorporating as you are implementing is very unique, then that part can be patented. But again, you have to identify the method, you have to identify the key features, you have to understand the crux of your invention, take out the key features, make your key list, and then search it at your end. And even if you are getting failed, you think that we are not getting good results, we don't understand, take help with the professionals. I hope I have answered the Mr. Nilesh question.
Yes, ma'am. It was wonderful. Thank you.
I can see one more question. If an abstract and claim of the prior published specification is disclosing the combination A plus B and defining B as a group comprising 50 elements, okay, but the invention is focused on the 3 elements according to the embodiment of the specification having combination with A, then please advise, does this will be considered as a prior art for a combination of A and any of the other element taking from the journal list? So yes, Mr. Durgesh, can you just help me to understand this in more clarity? So you have a combination of A plus B, we'll be defining a group of comprising 50 elements, which is focused on the 3 elements. Okay. So here I understand that you are saying that there is a prior art where A and there is a combination of A and B, and the prior art B is having 50 elements. But you are having having an invention with a combination of A and some 3 elements, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So you want to understand whether this 3 elements is patentable or not. Will it be cited as a prior art? Okay, so I understand this from your question, but okay, so in that way, in this kind of situation, if you see, they are using 50 elements and you are using A plus 3 more elements, right? So at the prima facie, definitely it is going to be kill the inventive aspect of your invention. Then you have to always explain, you can always overcome such kind of thing by understanding, by arguing that it is you are actually making use of less elements, right? Maybe the motive of the invention can be looked into. For example, let's say A plus B is giving a C output, and A plus your 3 element is giving a output D. So in that way, you can always look into that whether you can defend such kind of combination or not. And is that D is not known to understandable, like for the like for coming into the D, it's not an easy for a person skill in the art. It needs some technical steps and technical implementation to reduce the 50 number of items to a 3 number of items if the output is same. Yes, Mr. Durgesh, is my answer is acceptable to you?
So good evening, ma'am. Yeah, most probably your answer is acceptable. Actually, I have found an invention where they have claimed and in abstract they have disclosed that one of this active element A, and it is combining with some, taking an example, insecticide, herbicide, and biomolecules like this. And in the specification, they have given the insecticides and number, means 50 insecticide, 50 herbicides, like the, for example. So, so now our company deciding to take one of that insecticide and combine. Let's combine with an A and file a patent for that invention. So that's why I want to ask this question. Okay, whether this specification is be a prior art for this invention. So
Yes, it will definitely go, yeah, patent office or any examiner will definitely going to cite this prior art. But this is a very usual case we usually found happening in the prosecution stage. So the best way to overcome such kind of thing, or to get to take a good decision for such kind of scenarios which is happening, is that, as I have told you, now you are using A and plus one insecticide for achieving something, let's say C. Okay.
Right.
Okay, right. Now you have to put emphasize how you are getting this. What is the technical steps that you are taking to get the C, and what is the technical step that the prior art is taking to come to the C? Okay, so if that technical steps, let's say, is very inventive, okay, then that this prior art can be overcome.
Yes, yes. What I was thinking, that I will make a particular selection with a particular amount of this, any of this element combining with an A,
Yeah.
will give you the different invention.
Yes,
This I
so you
was
are actually
thinking.
tweaking the composition, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, you are also tweaking the composition. So in that case, when you are tweaking the composition, so you have to satisfy the examiner that this, that's, for example, let's say they are using a composition, let's say 100 ml, and you are using a 50 ml. Now, it's not a normal for a person to understand that 50 ml is where anybody can think out of it. See, for example, let's say after, even for like you are doing lot of research, lot of experiment to come to the conclusion that 50 ml is the best possible solution or concentration which is required to come to the C. Okay, now you can see the efficacy of your invention. They are using 100 ml to come to that to attain that efficacy, and you are doing the same thing by taking 50 ml of the composition and achieving the same efficacy. Though, so what you are doing, the procedure steps is getting less. Okay, so in that way you can always think and you can overcome such kind of prior art, or you can tweak your invention in that way.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah. So in that way, we actually usually suggest in during the prior art stages, we, as I said, we keep both the things together, the ideation document and the patent search document, and we compare it. What is the, because it has to be seen from the patent point of view, like a patent grant or prosecution point of view. So many of the inventors does not understand it. So that's why you can always take care of the professional. Else, else you can also take care, like take a good decision out of it. You have to just dig it into it, the details, and find out the ways.
Yeah. Actually, madam, this kind of problem is we are facing lots, because many of the people just only for the defensive publication, they do the file this broad claims, and that's why this will come in a prior art.
Yes.
So
Keeping a broad claim is also one of keeping a broad claim is also one of a good strategy that most of the people do, so that they can encompass lot of the market, lot of the other patents, and license it and take the monetary benefits out of it. So that is usually it is preferable to keep the patent as broad as possible. But you cannot do it, because when you have to overcome the concepts like inventiveness and the other thing, you have to narrow it down, and accordingly you have to take the decision. So
okay, thank you.
I can see one more question. Where do we apply this search criteria on? Can you perform a sample search if possible? I think I have shown you this sample search and search criteria. You will always get a dialog box there. As you can see in the Google patent, there is a search box. In that search box, you will find same kind of search box in each of the patent tool. So you just put your search in that and you will get it. So patent search is usually not that difficult. You always do the literature survey for your PhD work or for your publication work. It's almost the same thing, but only thing is that you have to identify the key features and you have to use the Google patent, of course, to get the patent out of it. And you have to understand the patent language of the document.
Okay, I think we are done with the questions. Sushmita, thank you so much. Let me put this. Yeah, Sushmita, is such a comprehensive discussion that you led today, and really appreciate all the detailed insights. It was a totally hands-on session, so I really hope every attendee found that ultra valuable. And in the coming days, it will be on our YouTube channel as well. So I hope more people can further leverage what you've shared today. Some people, if they want to go back revisit, they have that chance, and new attendees also can learn everything that Sushmita shared with regards to prior art search. Kudos, thank you so much, Sushmita, and thank you to all the listeners. Go ahead, Sushmita. And thank you to all the learners. I mean, you kept it very,
Thank you, everyone.
interactive. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
So,
Bye. Have a good day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Let's close
Hemang
the bridge.
Shah. Thank you, Arivarji. Thank you, Susmita. God bless.
Thanks. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you. And thanks to the ASSOCHAM team for all the wonderful
For-
coordination.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.